First of all, you look at the overall cost of the DiGi Challenge for Change is basically looking at problems that Malaysians are already facing. So it's not going to reinvent the wheel, it's real problem. It's not actually that you go out there and look for something. It's really like what is an everyday life problem. It's just a matter of like DiGi providing the platform for the Malaysian public to come, and we're going to develop something of it, a solution for all these problems.
This is actually my second DiGi Challenge for Change. I do believe that Malaysia has a lot of app developers that are very talented, and I want to get to know a lot of people in app development.
I think Idea Jam, it's a very different and innovative way of fleshing out ideas. It's almost like crowdsourcing, right? So I think it's interesting because you crowdsource ideas and you're crowdsourcing feedback.
I think it's fun. I like the way they gave out checkbooks to all the judges and mentors, and people come and pitch to you, right? It added an element of fun into it other than just boring pitch an idea and then get some feedback and go back. They've actually definitely built on what they did last year, and it's very fun. I'll definitely want to come back again.
This year, I think the ideas, the categorization, the kind of rules, modification and changes that we made after a few years of like running DiGi CFC, and I just got to give props to the organizers for this. It's really the most well-defined, well-thought through. This iteration of DiGi CFC is definitely the best one I've seen ever.
I probably saw about 30 odd ideas today. By and large, a lot of them have promise. I mean, some of them were actually very, very well thought through. They thought through every angle, the business angle, who's going to use the app, how to even promote the app. So that's a very well thought out idea.
The guys who are coming up with the ideas start thinking how they can improve on those ideas. There's a lot of ideas which are relevant to Malaysians. I can see if from this idea, it can be a very interesting apps that will appear from it.
I think we've seen a huge variety of ideas that have come in. I've seen some ideas which utilize gamification, some which utilize social networking, some which utilize directory listing. Some are just thinking based on content, user-generated content. People are thinking about apps in various different ways. I can actually see people wanting to download and actually use those apps, and those apps becoming very useful to people at a very basic, relevant, everyday level.
And I think now the focus on apps is even more well-defined. And from what I hear, all of the platforms, the major platforms, Windows, Android and iOS are being supported. And the ideas that we're gonna filter and focus on this year are the more viable ones. We're putting a lot more weightage on the viability of each app. So I'm really looking forward to the final four that we arrive at this year.